You won't believe what Kim Kardashian just confessed. This is the kind of revelation that makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about Hollywood's most talked about couple. For years, the world has watched Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's every move, speculating about their relationship, their family, and the secrets behind their seemingly perfect life. But now, Kim is finally pulling back the curtain and letting us in on the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. For years, Kim and Kanye seemed inseparable, the ultimate power duo. But Kim just opened up about her split from Kanye West in a way that's got everyone talking. Their relationship was the stuff of tabloid dreams. Two megastars, each with their own empire, coming together to form a brand new dynasty. But as we're about to find out, even the most glamorous couples can have secrets lurking beneath the surface. The truth behind their breakup will leave you absolutely shook, because it's not what you'd expect from a couple who lived their lives in the spotlight. It's not about cheating scandals, explosive arguments, or the kind of drama that usually makes headlines. Instead, it's something much more subtle, and honestly, way more relatable than you might think. Let's spill the tea. Kim and Kanye weren't just any celebrity couple. They were Hollywood's golden pair, the ones everyone watched, admired, and even envied. Their appearances at the Met Gala were legendary. Their fashion choices set trends for millions, and their love story seemed like a modern-day fairy tale. From their jaw-dropping Met Gala looks to their perfectly coordinated outfits, they set trends and made headlines wherever they went. Every time they stepped out together, it was a moment. Paparazzi flashes, fans screaming, and the world watching their every move. They were more than just a couple. They were a brand, a force, and an inspiration to so many. Their Instagram feeds were a highlight reel of luxury, love, and family. At least, that's how it looked from the outside. Exotic vacations, designer wardrobes, adorable family moments with their kids. Every post was carefully curated to show the world a life most people could only dream of. But as we all know, social media only shows us what people want us to see. Behind those glamorous posts and picture-perfect moments, there was a different story unfolding. The reality was far more complicated, filled with challenges, doubts, and a growing sense that something just wasn't right. Kim recently revealed that, despite all the glitz and glam, she was struggling with something she couldn't ignore. A deep, unsettling feeling that something was seriously off in her marriage. It wasn't about the money, the fame, or even the constant attention. It was something internal, a quiet voice that kept telling her things weren't as perfect as they seemed. In a candid interview, Kim dropped a bombshell that caught even her biggest fans off guard. She spoke honestly about the emotional toll her marriage had taken on her, and how she'd been ignoring her own needs for far too long. She admitted that she felt an unsettling feeling long before the divorce was even on the table. This wasn't a sudden decision or a reaction to a single event. It was a slow realization that built up over time, until she couldn't ignore it anymore. This wasn't about one big fight or a dramatic blow-up. There was no single moment that broke them. It was a quiet, persistent sense that things just weren't right. Kim described how she would lie awake at night, replaying conversations in her head, wondering if she was truly happy or just going through the motions. Kim described it as a nagging feeling, a whisper in the back of her mind that grew louder over time, making it impossible to ignore. She started to notice the little things, the lack of connection, the growing distance, the way they seemed to be living parallel lives instead of sharing one together. She said, "I just knew. Sometimes that's all it takes, a gut feeling that tells you it's time for a change, even if you can't explain exactly why." Kim talked about how she tried to push those feelings aside, convincing herself that things would get better, but deep down, she knew she couldn't keep pretending. For Kim, it wasn't about drama or scandal. It was about listening to her intuition and realizing she deserved to feel truly happy and at peace. She realized that no amount of fame or fortune could make up for the emptiness she felt inside, and that she owed it to herself and her kids to find real happiness. Of course, Kanye's unpredictable public moments didn't make things any easier. His larger-than-life personality, his creative genius, and his willingness to say exactly what was on his mind made him a constant fixture in the headlines. From surprise album drops to headline-grabbing rants and non-stop media attention, Kanye was always in the spotlight, and so was Kim, whether she wanted to be or not. Every time Kanye made a public statement or did something unexpected, it was Kim who had to deal with the fallout, both in the media and at home. The pressure of living under that constant microscope, with every move analyzed and criticized, took a toll on Kim's mental and emotional well-being. She described feeling like she was always on, always performing, always trying to keep up appearances for the sake of their brand and their family. Kim admits the pressure was relentless, and it made that uneasy feeling impossible to ignore. She felt like she was losing herself in the chaos. The constant scrutiny, the endless rumors, and the pressure to be perfect became overwhelming, leaving her feeling isolated and alone, even in a crowded room. The more she tried to push it aside, the stronger it became, until she couldn't pretend anymore. She realized that she was sacrificing her own happiness for the sake of appearances, and that something had to change. Fans have been speculating for years about what really went down between Kim and Kanye. Every time they were seen together, or apart, rumors would swirl about the state of their marriage. People wondered if the pressure of fame was too much, or if their personalities were just too different to make it work. Was it the fame? The pressure? The differences in their personalities? Or was it something deeper? Something only Kim could feel? The truth is, relationships are complicated, and sometimes, the reasons for a breakup are more about what's happening inside than what's happening on the outside. Now, Kim's finally confirmed it. The signs were there all along, hidden in plain sight for anyone paying close enough attention. Looking back, you can see the moments when things started to shift. The forced smiles, the awkward silences, the way they seemed to drift further apart with each passing year. When the news broke, social media exploded. There was an outpouring of support, shock, and of course a lot of "I knew it" comments from fans who had been following their journey from the start. People shared their own stories of heartbreak and resilience, turning Kim's revelation into a moment of collective reflection. The internet was flooded with theories, memes, and heartfelt messages, as people tried to make sense of the end of an era. Some fans were devastated, others were supportive, and many were just grateful that Kim was finally putting herself first. In 2021, Kim finally made the difficult decision to file for divorce, officially closing the chapter on one of Hollywood's most iconic relationships. It wasn't an easy choice, but it was one she made for herself and her children, determined to create a happier, healthier future. It was the end of an era, but also the beginning of a new chapter for Kim, a chance to rediscover herself, focus on her family, and build a future on her own terms. She's been open about the challenges of starting over, but also about the sense of freedom and possibility that comes with making such a bold decision. That unsettling feeling? It was her gut telling her it was time to move on, to choose herself, and to trust that she deserved more than just a picture-perfect life. Kim's journey is a powerful reminder that sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is listen to your own heart, even when the world is watching. Kim's story is a reminder that even the most glamorous lives can hide real struggles, and that sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is listen to your own heart. It's easy to get caught up in the fantasy of celebrity life, but at the end of the day, everyone deserves to feel loved, valued, and at peace with themselves. So, what do you think was the real reason for Kim and Kanye's split? Was it the fame, the pressure, or something else entirely? Maybe it was a combination of everything: the relentless spotlight, the demands of their careers, and the simple fact that people can grow apart even when they seem perfect together. Spill your theories in the comments below. Let's get the conversation started. Do you think Kim made the right choice? Have you ever had to trust your gut, even when it was hard? Share your own experiences and let's support each other in making tough decisions, just like Kim did. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more Hollywood secrets, celebrity deep dives, and the real stories behind the headlines. Stay tuned, there's always more tea to spill. Whether you're a fan of Kim, Kanye, or just fascinated by the ups and downs of celebrity life, we've got you covered with all the latest updates and exclusive insights. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most important story is the one you tell yourself.